Welcome to our show, Resurrection, Miracles from the Edge of Life, Part 1 of 2. Throughout human history, there have been countless stories and astonishing phenomena where people not only returned to life after seemingly impossible moments, but also exhibited hidden abilities far beyond ordinary understanding. From extraordinary cases of revival to the mysterious capabilities of the body and mind, today's show will lead us on a deeper exploration of the latent powers and wonders that God has instilled within us. The first miraculous story took place in 1980 and involves Jean Hilliard, a 19-year-old girl at the time. Her seemingly impossible recovery from a life-threatening accident was an extraordinary feat. In a 2022 press interview, Jean remarked, "My survival truly is a miracle." On a winter night in Minnesota, USA, December 20th, 1980, as Jean Hilliard was driving home along a snow-covered road, her car suddenly skidded into a ditch. Facing the brutal minus 30 degrees Celsius cold, she decided to walk to a nearby friend's house for help. Jean was dressed in just a light jacket, gloves, and cowboy boots, entirely inadequate for the harsh winter conditions. After walking a long distance, she collapsed from exhaustion just 4.5 meters from her friend's door. She lay unconscious in the snow for 6 hours, exposed to freezing temperatures that caused her body to become completely frozen. Early the next morning, Jean's friend, Wally Nelson, found her body stiff as a block of ice.
Tôi túm lấy cổ áo và kéo lê cô ấy vào hiên nhà. Tôi tưởng cô ấy đã chết, lạnh cứng hơn cả một tấm ván. Nhưng tôi thấy vài bong bóng bay ra từ mũi cô ấy.
At the time, Jean's body was so frozen that Mr. Nelson could not place her into his pickup truck. They had to use a larger vehicle to transport her to the nearest hospital. Upon arriving at Foston Hospital, doctors held little hope for her survival. Jean's body temperature had dropped to 27 degrees Celsius, far too low to sustain life. The medical team was unable to insert needles into her skin because it had become too stiff from the extreme cold. Dr. George Sather, who treated Jean, later told the New York Times, "I can't explain why she's alive. She was frozen stiff, literally. It's a miracle." Dr. George Sather recalled that Jean's pulse was barely detectable through her frozen skin, registering at only about 12 beats per minute. Her body temperature was too low to be measured by a thermometer, more than 10 degrees Celsius below normal. However, after several hours of being wrapped in an electric heating pad, she began to show signs of recovery. A few hours later, Jean Hilliard began to regain consciousness, and by noon she was able to speak again. Even more miraculous was the fact that Jean suffered no severe injuries, only minor blistering on her toes. She made a full recovery after just a few weeks of hospital treatment.
Mọi thứ cứ giống như tôi thiếp đi và thức dậy ở bệnh viện. Tôi không hề thấy bất cứ thứ gì. Mọi người cứ mãi nói về chuyện của tôi, nhưng tôi thì không hiểu gì cả.
Jean's story quickly spread far and wide, and she became known as the Miracle Girl from Langby, Minnesota. In 2018, Professor David Plummer from the University of Minnesota, an expert in hypothermia, noted that cases similar to Jean Hilliard's occur from time to time. He explained that when the body cools down, blood flow slows, and the body requires less oxygen, much like in a hibernation state. If blood circulation speeds up along with the body temperature, the patient may recover. He has resuscitated over 10 cases of frostbite in the past 10 years, many of which were successful. However, Jean's case is particularly remarkable because she recovered under such unbelievable circumstances. In 1980, the rural hospital had only a few heating pads and a lot of prayers. The miraculous resurrection of Jean Hilliard serves not only as a testament to the extraordinary capabilities of the human body and spirit, but also as a reminder that true miracles can happen in life. In the fragile moments between life and death, Jean demonstrated that miracles could emerge in the most unbelievable circumstances, especially when we do not give up hope and maintain faith in the goodness of life. Another remarkable story of spiritual faith involves the miraculous recovery of a 10-year-old girl who fell into a deep coma due to Japanese encephalitis. On September 8, 2010, Nguyễn Thị Mỹ Hạnh, a young girl from Âu Lạc or Vietnam, was happily playing and watching TV with her family. However, around 11 p.m. that night, Mỹ Hạnh suddenly collapsed and was rushed to Gia Định Public Hospital for emergency care. There, doctors diagnosed her with Japanese encephalitis.
Viêm não Nhật Bản, một căn bệnh vô cùng nguy hiểm với trẻ em. Bệnh có tỷ lệ mất vô cùng cao. Ai may mắn thoát cửa tử thì khó có khả năng hồi phục, đa phần là tàn phế. Lời giải thích của bác sĩ khiến cha mẹ cháu ngã quỵ. Tình hình sức khỏe bé chuyển biến ngày càng xấu, được chuyển gấp lên bệnh viện nhi đồng tiếp tục theo dõi chữa trị. Cháu hôn mê sâu rồi rơi vào trạng thái bất động.
After 21 days in a deep coma without food or water, little Mỹ Hạnh body had wasted away to skin and bones. Once a healthy girl weighing 40 kilograms, she now weighed only 13 kilograms. Despite the doctor's tireless efforts to save her, Hạnh health deteriorated further and she developed severe respiratory failure. On October 29, 2010, the medical team admitted defeat. They informed the family of the worst-case scenario and discharged her so they could make funeral arrangements. The head doctor said, "They say as long as there's a drop of hope, we keep trying, but she doesn't have any drop left. If I had any miraculous power, I would save her, but unfortunately, only Buddha and heaven can help her now." Mỹ Hạnh father, Bùi Ngọc Châu, was overwhelmed with pain and sorrow as he watched his daughter being brought home to await her passing. Although he was aware of the likely outcome, he couldn't escape the torment of a father's helplessness to save his child.
Vẫn hy vọng tỷ lệ 1/1000 con sẽ sống lại. Song nhìn con thoi thóp thở trong đau đớn, tim tôi đau thắt như có hàng vạn mũi kim châm, lại còn chạy tới rút ngay ống thở để giải thoát cho con. Vậy mà nhiều lần giơ tay lên, tôi lại không thể nào làm được.
Herbal doctor Phan Văn Sang, a neighbor of the family, emotionally recalled the events.
Đi làm về, nghe tin cháu Hạnh bị bệnh viện trả về, tôi tất tả chạy sang thăm. Lật bàn tay cháu lên kiểm tra thì thấy làn chỉ đang chạy gần hết lóng giữa khí quan, sắp lên đến lóng cuối mệnh quan. Theo đông y, một khi làn chỉ chạy hết mệnh quan thì bệnh nhân sẽ chết. Cháu đang chết dần từng phút.
Mr. Châu choked up as he watched the herbal doctor shake his head. Suddenly, Dr. Sang snapped to attention and blurted out, "If you agree, I would like to invite the chanting committee to recite prayers for her. If she has reached the end of her life, she will go to Buddha. If she still has merit, she may overcome this ordeal."
Nhiều giờ trôi qua, đứa trẻ vẫn bất động, hết hy vọng, chỉ còn một điều an ủi, đứa trẻ được ra đi trong không khí huyền ảo Phật Pháp. Nén đau thương, người mẹ tiến lại bên giường, rút ống thở. Tiếng tụng kinh vẫn trầm bổng, ống thở buông lơi. Mọi người 1 phút nhắm mắt, lệ lăn dài. Cháu nhỏ khẽ cựa quậy, hé đôi mắt yếu ớt. Mọi người hiểu rằng đây là khoảnh khắc tỉnh táo cuối cùng của cuộc đời mỗi người, rồi sẽ trút hơi thở cuối cùng. Cha mẹ đứa nhỏ ôm chặt đứa con khóc òa. Sự đau đớn càng bóc thắt trái tim những người chứng kiến. Nhưng có điều gì đó bất thường với cháu gái hấp hối này. Đôi mắt cháu không nhắm nữa mà đã mở ra ngơ ngác nhìn quanh. Cháu đã hồi sinh thật sự.
Herbal doctor Phan Văn Sang quickly performed acupuncture to restore the little girl's health. Hundreds of Buddhist monks and devotees from near and far volunteered to chant continuously for days and nights. Neighbors, regardless of their faith, prayed earnestly for Mỹ Hạnh recovery. After a week, Mỹ Hạnh became more alert, able to move her limbs and smile in response to greetings. On November 4th, 2010, Mr. Châu returned to the hospital to obtain medical records. The doctors expressed their condolences but were astonished to learn that Mỹ Hạnh had awakened, asking multiple times for confirmation. They rejoiced at her survival but warned of potential lifelong disabilities from Japanese encephalitis. However, after 4 years of combined Western and Eastern medicine, along with physical therapy, Mỹ Hạnh recovered 80%, with doctors optimistic about her full recovery.
Điều này không chỉ gia đình tôi, hàng xóm, mà các bác sĩ chuyên khoa cũng vô cùng kinh ngạc, không thể lý giải được. Hay niềm tin gửi qua những lời niệm Phật thành tâm đã thấu trời xanh, nên cháu mới gặp may mắn.
Mỹ Hạnh story is a testament to the extraordinary power of faith in everyday life. Not only did it save a life, but it also guided her loved ones back to righteousness, bringing happiness and peace to their family. Indeed, when we believe in a higher power, regardless of religion, that faith can transform lives, helping us overcome challenges and find tranquility.
Be vegan, repentant, fly first class to heaven.
Benevolent viewers, thank you for your presence in our show today.